you realise the acting and preparing a character is the break in between and is the time you actually... So I started when I came out of the womb, and do like to feel like I have space. I think that's what... I don't like being too overly controlled by a director. So I started when I came out of the womb. No, I'm 31, so I started, when I was 11. So I do feel now much more, and I didn't go to drama school, I didn't train, so I've just learned as I've gone along, really, and much more now. I feel like there is, without even consciously realizing it, I've developed a practice and a methodology, I guess, in terms of preparing for a role. But that's just something I've just learned on the job and watched other people and tried things that haven't worked, and then slowly you do find, okay, I do have certain things that I like. I like to have lots of time, for instance, to prepare something, and do like to feel like I have space. I think that's what... I don't like being too overly controlled by a director. Yeah, I think you want to feel like someone trusts you, and that's important, and that you can take ownership. I feel like it becomes another department. So for this, my department was Jane Hawking, and as long as you feel like someone is taking care, you don't want so much freedom that you feel like there are no boundaries. But as long as you feel like there's someone taking care of the entirety, if you can just take ownership of that part and be left to do that on your own, that's what I appreciate. I think when you're younger, you don't think of it in those terms. You don't think of it, I didn't then anyway think, of it as a profession. It was something that I naturally enjoyed doing and was drawn to, and had, done lots of make-believe growing up, and doing plays with my brother and my cousins, and my uncle is an actor and an actor in the theatre, and so that had been, I'd grown up seeing his plays, and that had been a huge influence. So it was just part of my world, in a sense. It was only much later that I realised, this is something where you can do it as a job. It was much more just a natural instinct to something, and something I enjoy doing. I think it becomes more, there's more to lose in a way that's more nerve-wracking. So after I finish university, you're flung out there, and I've got to pay my rent, I've got to support myself, and so you just have to go for it, really, and that's when it suddenly hit me. It was like, okay, I've just got to go for this and see what happens, and dive in, and hopefully, that work will keep coming. I was just thinking earlier, I mean, thousands of auditions for so many things, and used to coming out to LA and hiring a car for the week and just driving from one thing from one rejection to another. But it's that thing when you start out, you just go, you'll do anything, you'll go for everything, and it's only recently that I've started to feel a bit more control over it. But even now, you're at the mercy of which scripts come in and who wants the part, and there's always a level of competition. In England, and it's the same in New York, you're lucky that you have there's a huge theatre scene, and there's television and there's film. So I never felt like I had to choose just one thing. It was always being able to move between all of those areas, which I want to continue doing, and feel that's where I'm happiest, when I'm moving between theatre and film and television.